Hey everyone, welcome to Art with Millsy for this week. This is the last week of remote learning for Term 3. I'm looking forward to seeing you all when we get back to Term 4. So as I said, last session and this week I'm basing our artwork on another book that actually has Peter Reynolds in it, but this time Peter Reynolds is just the illustrator. And it's this book here. It is called I Am Peace, and it is a book by Susan Verde is the author and Peter Reynolds is the illustrator. A fantastic book. So it all relates to mindfulness, which is really important too, especially in times when things aren't kind of going towards plans that you would like them to happen. So as we know, things have probably been a little bit difficult over the past few weeks when we've been doing remote learning, and we don't normally get to do the fun things that we would like to be doing, and we're missing friends and maybe all the fun things we like to do at school as well. So for me, my fun things and things that make me feel happy and peaceful are things like being with my family. I really enjoy reading, and of course I like to do some art, and I'll show you some of that as well in just a second. So what I thought for our art activity based upon that book is to actually create a tree of happiness, and I'll put an example up on this video as well. And I want to create a display at school called Montpellier's Tree of Happiness and Tree of Peace. So what I thought you could do is, if you could do a picture of something that actually makes you happy or brings you peace. So like I said, you know, my happiness and peace is my family. I enjoy reading, and obviously I enjoy doing lots of art. So what I thought we could do is, if you get a bread and butter plate, so this is one here, so not a big dinner plate, a bread and butter plate, and if you trace around that on an A4 piece of paper, it should fit. And what I would like you to do is in the center of that is to draw something that makes you either feel peaceful, or something that makes you feel really, really happy. So your most important thing to you that makes you feel peaceful or happy. Now I'm going to ask each grade, or maybe even each class, to color around the outside of that in a particular color, because what I want to do, and you'll see this in the example, is that I want to make our tree of happiness, it's kind of like a rainbow tree. So there'll be things that are done with blue backgrounds, others with greens, reds, oranges, yellows, pinks, purples, all those wonderful rainbow colors. And I would like you to create your artwork with one of those colors in the background. I'd really like you to not leave too much white, because it will make it stand out a lot better. Now, as I said, this is going to go on display, so you'll need to bring it back to school on the first week that we come back, and I'll collect them. One of the important things is you'll need to have your name and grade on that artwork, so that's really super important too, so I can give it back to you at the end. But if you get this done over the school holidays, it would be excellent. You can bring that back to me in the first week, and I will put it up on display and make Montpellier's Tree of Happiness and Peace. So really important, I will put in the directions what colour your class has to do as the main colour in the background, and obviously you get to draw whatever you would like to. It has to be probably one of your best drawings as well, because it's going to be this whole school display. I really want you to try your best, and obviously your best colouring in as well. You get to use whatever you would like. So if you've got coloured pencils and textures at home, that's fine. If you've got watercolour paints and things like that, even better, that's great. But whatever you do, try and make it as colourful as you can, especially that main colour that I tell you about. So once again, there's the example that I've shown. I'll also put it at the end of the video so you know the kind of thing that we're looking for, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. I Am Peace, a book of mindfulness by Susan Verde and illustrated by Peter Reynolds. There are times when I worry about what might happen next and what happened before. The thoughts in my head are like rushing water. and I feel like a boat with no anchor. Being carried away. I give myself a moment. I take a breath, and then I tell myself it's all right. I feel the ground beneath my feet, and I steady myself and start to notice the here and the now. My thoughts begin to settle. My mind begins to clear. I am peace. I can watch my worries gently pop and disappear. I let things go. I can say what I feel inside out loud. I know myself. I can share kindness with others. I make a difference. I can hug a tree and thank it for its beauty and strength. I connect to nature. I can watch the clouds make shapes against the sky. I know wonder. I can taste and smell and touch and hear and see what is all around me. I use my senses. I can feel my breath fill my whole body. I tune into me. Now the water is still. I have found my anchor and everything is all right. I don't need to worry about before or after. I am in this moment. I am peace. Now I share my peace with others and hope that it is carried away to those who need it. And I dream we are peace. The equipment you'll need for this activity is a grey lead pencil, an eraser, maybe a fine liner, your coloured pencils, textures or crayons if you have them, your piece of paper, your plate to trace around, and some scissors to cut that out when you're finished.